Greetings, fellow Whovians. Whovian Queen here. Hope I have a good week so far. Well, our look at Series 4 of Doctor Who now comes to a close with Journey's End. So, let's take a look at it. Inside the TARDIS, the Doctor is regenerating. He helps the transformation by transferring the remaining energy into a severed hand. The regeneration has progressed enough to enable the Doctor's body to heal, but not change his physical appearance. Gwen and Ianto find safety in an impenetrable time bubble, and Sarah Jane is saved from the Daleks by Rose's ex-boyfriend Mickey and mother Jackie. The TARDIS is captured by the Daleks and transported to the Dalek Crucible, their flagship. Sarah Jane, Mickey, and Jackie surrender themselves to get aboard. The Supreme Dalek orders the TARDIS to be destroyed, with Donna Noble locked inside. In the process, Donna touches a severed hand filled with regeneration energy, causing a new cloned Doctor to form due to a meta-crisis, which saves the TARDIS from destruction. Davros, creator of the Daleks, explains that the stolen plans form a reality bomb which has the potential to destroy all matter in every universe. To stop the bomb, Martha threatens to destroy Earth, and Sarah Jane, Mickey, Jack, and Jackie threaten to destroy the Crucible. The Supreme Dalek transports both groups in front of Davros. The Meta-Crisis Doctor and Donna also arrive and try to use a device to refocus the bomb onto the Daleks. Davros blasts them both with electricity. Donna then becomes imbued with Time Lord knowledge that she gained during the Meta-Crisis Doctor's creation and disables the bomb and the Daleks. The two Doctors help Donna relocate the missing planets, but the control panel is destroyed before Earth can be relocated. Motivated by Dalekon's prophecy of the Daleks' extinction, the new Doctor destroys the Daleks and the Crucible. The original Doctor offers to save Davros, who refuses. The companions flee into the TARDIS and tow the Earth back to its original orbit, using the spatio-temporal rift in Cardiff as a tow rope. Sarah Jane returns home. Martha and Mickey leave with Jack, and the Doctor returns Rose and Jackie to the parallel universe in which they were previously trapped. He also sends the Meta-Crisis Doctor into the parallel universe to accompany Rose, as the clone Doctor is part human and will grow old along with Rose. After departing, Donna's mind becomes overwhelmed by the Time Lord knowledge and starts to deteriorate. The Doctor wipes her mind to save her life against her wishes and returns her home. The Doctor tells Wilf and Sylvia that Donna must never remember him or she will die, and subsequently leaves on his own. Oh, well, yeah, that was kind of victorious and also kind of depressing at the same time, so yeah. Anyway, let's look a little bit of some continuity here. The episode is a culmination of all four series of Doctor Who produced by Russell T Davies. Dialogue in the episode refers to events of the Christmas invasion, in which the Doctor had his hand amputated and regrown while fighting against the Sycorax. The episode refers to Genesis of the Daleks. Davros mentions Sarah Jane's presence on Skara, the creation of the race. The Doctor's reply to Rose's statement of love is specified to Rose but left unheard. Davies already left the reply ambiguous when he wrote Doomsday. Executive producer Julie Gardner stated on Doomsday commentary and the Doctor Who Confidential special for Journey's End that the Doctor requited her love. The music during the travel back to Earth's original place is the Song of Freedom, heard at the end of Planet of the Ood and appearing on the series soundtrack. Now let's take a look at production of the episode, beginning with the writing. Russell T Davies started writing Journey's End in January 2008. A scene film showed the Doctor giving Rose's Doctor a small piece of coral from the TARDIS so that he could grow his own TARDIS. This was removed in the last edit of the episode, but was ultimately cut because the production team felt it made the Babel Bay scene too long and complicated, and that producing another TARDIS should not be seen to be so easy. The clip was included on the Series 4 DVD box set. Another additional scene with Donna was cut from the final episode. There was an additional Donna bit after this goodbye from the Doctor, which is when he goes outside into the TARDIS, and we cut back into the kitchen, and there's a moment where Donna hears the TARDIS. There's a moment of realization, and then she turns back around and carries on talking into the phone. Gardner considered this scene untruthful and too confusing, since Donna remembering would lead to her death, and since she didn't recognize the Doctor, it wouldn't make sense to assume she would recognize the noise of the TARDIS. The This episode's original ending involved the Doctor, following the final scene where he is alone in the TARDIS, being alerted to something on the monitor, and as he checks, 2 Cybermen rise up behind him. This was supposed to lead directly into the next Doctor, but Davies was convinced by Benjamin Cook, who was corresponding with Davies for the book Doctor Who The Writer's Tale, to drop the scene, as he felt that a cliffhanger was not appropriate after such a sad ending. Now, let's take a look at their locations. Castle Koch, situated minutes away from Doctor Who's Upperboat Studios, is used as a German castle. The beach of Southern Down, a few miles west of Cardiff, is used once more as Norway's fictional Darlig of Straden, or Bad Wolf Bay. Some exterior scenes, including various companions interacting with Daleks, were shot at Arcot Street, Penarth. Now on to casting. Mickey Smith and Jackie Tyler make their first appearances in Doctor Who since Doomsday. Kenai Mark IV, voiced by John Leeson, makes his first appearance since the Sarah Jane adventure story The Lost Boy, and his first in Doctor Who since School Reunion. Former Blue Peter presenter Gethin Jones controlled one of the Daleks that escorts the human prisoners aboard the Crucible. He previously played a Cyberman in Rise of the Cybermen, and has made a cameo appearance as himself in the Doctor Who's spin-off The Sarah Jane Adventures in the episode Invasion of the Bane. And now, finally, another Doctor. One significant feature of this episode is the creation of another Doctor. Unlike the multiple Doctors of stories such as the 3 Doctors, the 5 Doctors, and the 2 Doctors, where his previous incarnations were played by actors or depicted in old footage, this Doctor is identical in appearance to the 10th Doctor. In the accompanying Doctor Who Confidential for this episode, Davies explains, quote, "This is so busy and so mental and so epic and universal in scale that of course you need 2 Doctors to solve it," end quote. Phil Collinson, Graham Harper, and David Tennant discuss the use of the double, a musician named Colin Regan, who was a very good physical match for Tennant. Collinson explains that while with an unlimited budget they've used Tennant in every shot, quote, "We only have a certain number of effects shots where you can see the 2 Doctors together, so we have to pick those carefully," end quote. Harper is then shown directing a scene in which both Regan and Tennant are shown around the TARDIS console. Harper explains that in 2 or 3 wide shots, they were able to use Regan and Tennant together. For the most part, the delp was used for scenes where one or the other Doctor is only seen from behind, or only an arm or back of the head is seen in a shot. The double has appeared in other episodes throughout the series. Over documentary footage showing the shooting of the scene where the new Doctor emerges from the TARDIS, Tennant describes the procedure for making an effect shot involving Tennant as both Doctors. The camera is locked in place while Tennant goes off and changes clothing, with Regan holding his place. A shot is made for reference with Regan, then another shot is made without Regan. This enables the shots to be merged during editing to create the effect of having David Tennant in 2 places in the same shot. Wowzers. So overall, as the final episode of Series 4, it is fan-frickin-tastic, and like I said, while it is victorious, it's also a bit depressing, considering the ending, so yeah. So overall, I give Journey's End 5 sonic screwdrivers out of 5. Well, I hope you enjoyed that review, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it around, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the bell icon to be notified about when I upload videos, and if you want to help support the channel further, then be sure to check out my Patreon page. Link, as always, is in the description below. And tune in next time as we take a look at the next Doctor. So until then, this is Whooping Queen saying, "Oh my giddy aunt! When I say run, run! I've reversed the polarity of the neutron flow. Would you like a jelly baby? Fantastic! Allons-y! Geronimo!" Bow ties are cool, fezzes are cool, and Stetsons are cool.